are we talking about the power of tears? How can tears be powerful? Like, tears, that's bad. Hello. Today is day 90. Yes, 90. And so that means we have 10 days more. Countdown. Just 10 days more. Very soon we'll start counting in single digits. By tomorrow, we'll start counting in single digits. Wow. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about the power of tears. Yes, the power of tears. And I'm sure you'll be like, tears? What is tears again? Why are we talking about the power of tears? How can tears be powerful? Like, tears, that's bad. Yes, I know. Yes, we're going to talk about the power of tears because, yes, I know that tears are normally associated with bad things, sadness, sorrow, evil, bad occurrences, negativity. I know. But just stick with me. Stay with me to the end of this video, and then you will see that as I explain, as I bring my case forward, you see that tears are not all bad. There are advantages and, some good things about tears, and it could actually be a very powerful thing. So, yeah, before I go into the whole thing, I just want to talk about one fun fact. As they will say, fun fact. The fun fact is that, I don't know whether it's really fun, but interesting fact is that human beings are the only species that actually cry or shed tears to express emotions. All the other living things express tears out of just for a physiological function, like to wet the eyes, to lubricate the eyes, to prevent dryness and prevent infection. But even though, human beings as well, we also shed tears, which are called basal tears, to be able to wet our eyes and lubricate our eyes. But in addition to that, human beings also shed tears as an expression of emotions, and we are the only species that do that. It's very, very interesting. You never see animals crying, like maybe because they are sad or whatever. That's not how animals express their emotions, but human beings do that. So that's something very interesting, and there are many reasons why we cry or shed tears outside of just feeling bad or sorrow. We can shed tears for a variety of reasons. Obviously, feeling bad and being sorrowful or grieving is one of the main reasons why we shed tears. But at the same time, we shed tears when we are frustrated, for example. I don't know if it has ever happened to you before. Some people shed tears when they are angry, We can shed tears when we are elated, when we feel victorious, when we have a breakthrough, when we are happy, when we are joyous, we can shed tears. So these are all the variety of reasons why we shed tears. So it's not only during times of sorrow. And I don't know if you've ever experienced a situation where you are so overwhelmed with joy that you literally start to cry. I don't know if you have experienced that before, but it has happened to me before, and I'm going to change my hands. This hand is paining me. Yeah, it has happened to me before, and a lot of occasions has happened to me, but there's one that actually jumps to my mind very well when I was young, because it was the first time in my life that I actually realized that one can shed tears because one is happy and not just because of discomfort or sorrow. I was in secondary school. It was my first year in secondary school, what you would call high school here, and I was in a boarding school. Of course, you can imagine I was just 10 years old and in a boarding school. I was missing my home, missing everything. And there's something that they call visiting days then, if you're familiar with boarding school situation. So on the visiting day, everybody will be expecting their parents to come and visit and everything. It's all, normally a very joyous occasion. And then I was there waiting for my parents to come, and then I just saw my mom come. And immediately I saw her like this, I just ran to her and I just burst into tears and I was crying my eyes out. And my mom was so surprised, and everybody around was surprised, like, are you not happy that your mom is here? It's supposed to be a joyous occasion and all of that. I was surprised as well, because I didn't understand, because in my young mind, for the life of me, I couldn't understand why I was crying. I was happy, but I was crying. I was crying, weeping, And looking back, I realized that those were tears of joy. I wasn't sad that my mom was there. I was just overwhelmed with joy, and that was the only way I could express myself. I don't know if it has ever happened to you before. If you want to share with us in the comment section, a situation where you were so filled with joy and happiness that you just started crying. So yes, tears is not just in times of sorrow. We could also cry for joy. So having said that, I just want to highlight some very few things, reasons why I feel that tears and shedding of tears could be very, very powerful in our lives. I'm going to change my hand again. I don't know why my hands are paining me so much today. Oh my God. Okay. So, for one, when we shed tears, like I said, the first one, it prevents infection, but that one is the normal basal tears. Everybody has it. If somebody ever has a situation where the lacrimal glands, those are glands that produce tears, are defective or are infected or are not working, the eyes will be prone to infection. So that is the number one basic thing that tears does. That's an advantage of tearing up, or shedding tears, or having tears, or the purpose of tears, or whatever. So that's one. Another thing is that when we shed tears, we produce oxytocin. It helps increase the oxytocin, which are, those feel good hormones. We've talked about them on this channel before, that helps you to relax and helps you to be more comfortable and improves your mood. So when we shed tears, we actually are able to improve our mood. Another thing is that when we shed tears, we produce endorphins, and endorphins are like natural painkillers. So it tends to reduce pain, help us to control pain, helps us to manage pain sometimes, when we shed tears. Another reason why shedding tears can be powerful is that it actually activates the parasympathetic nervous system. And that's the system in your body that makes you to be able to relax, That's the system in the body that helps to relieve stress and helps you to calm down generally. So when we shed tears, if you look at the combination of all these things I've talked about, you see that when we shed tears, we are able to relieve stress in our bodies. And that's why you see that sometimes when you have some pent-up emotions and you shed tears, you just feel that sense of relief. You just feel that sense of peace, at least, for that moment temporarily. So that makes shedding tears very, very important and very powerful. So it's not all bad that, we shed tears. Another thing that I see about tears is that it beckons help, so to say. It brings attention to the fact that you need help. Think about babies, when babies were born. You will know that the baby is in discomfort except they start crying. They start shedding tears, So right up is almost like a protective mechanism that God puts there for us to show the world that, hey, I need help. Sometimes it even shows you yourself when you are just emotional and you are crying and everything. It shows you yourself that it seems as if something is wrong. I need help. It kind of calls attention to your state of mind, to your state. Even if it's a physical distress you are in or mental distress, it brings attention, to the fact that you are distressed. It brings the attention of your loved ones, it brings the attention of people around you to, to show you that this person is in need. So that's another thing. It helps to beckon help to you. That's another powerful thing about tears. And another thing is tears brings healing. It's part of the process of healing. When you are grieving or you are in a situation where you have anguish mentally, when you cry, it's a process of healing. It brings healing, it brings succor, it brings calm. So yeah, those are those reasons why I feel that tearing can be powerful. And of course, Generally, human beings, we don't see tears as something that is attractive. I'm not saying that we should go around crying, but we should embrace the power of tears if we have to, because people feel that tears is a sign of weakness. It doesn't necessarily have to be a sign of weakness. There are sometimes that we actually need to shed tears because it helps and we will find relief. And I want to emphasize the situation of men. I don't know, in many cultures, in my culture, it's true, I don't know other cultures. In many cultures, especially for men, it is considered as a sign of weakness. Oh, men don't cry, yada yada, that kind of thing. Do you share this belief? Do you believe that men should never cry? Or some people even feel that men should not cry in public. That's another layer to it, another dimension to it. Men can cry, but they should not cry in public. And then it is considered that women are the ones that cry because they are weaklings, they are all emotional, they are all mushy and everything. What do you think? What's your opinion? Let me know your opinion in the comment section. Do you think that crying is a sign of weakness and that only women should cry? Let me know in the comment section. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about this? So yeah, I don't personally feel that crying is a show of weakness. In fact, I feel that crying is a show of strength because that shows that you are human. It shows your human part. It shows that you are a person, that your heart is not hardened, that you have emotions. For me, that's what it shows, and I think that's a sign of strength in a way. That's what I think. So, as men, as women, as children, when the occasion calls for us to cry and shed tears, I believe that we should shed tears if we have to. We should not hide our tears. Our tears are not things that should make us feel weak or feel helpless. It's a show of strength and it helps us with healing in whatever situation that we are going through. So let's see that tears are not things that are bringing down our self-worth, but they are things that are making us to even find expression in our emotions, be able to express ourselves and be able to feel better, and it leads us to a good place. And yes, those are my thoughts for today. I don't know, it's been a strange topic today. Yeah, it's been a strange topic, but nonetheless, that's what I felt like talking about today. And yeah, I don't know what your thoughts are. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let's see how far we've gone. Yes, that's how far we've gone. And I'm going to see you when I'm done. I'm back. Yes, let's see how far we've gone today. Yes, that's how far we've gone today. So, today we've talked about the power of tears. Strange topic, I know. But I just hope that you are able to resonate with one or two things, some of those reasons I've given why I feel tears can be powerful. So, I don't know whether you are out there, you've been holding on to your emotions, holding back your tears. I just want to encourage you, let the tears fall. Yes, that might just be the beginning of healing for you. It might be a pathway of recovery for you. It might be a clarion call that will bring help your way, that will bring the attention of the world to the fact that you are hurting. And, that's just all I have for us today. And if you've gotten any value from this video or from all the other videos as well that I've been posting on this channel, give me a like and comment. Let me know your point of view down in the comment section below. Share with your friends and let's bring more attention to this channel. Yeah. Yes, that's it for today, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Bye.